Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Mystic Moonstone video reading. The duration for this reading is from the 24th of February through to the 1st of March. Thought I'd use some different cards this week, so I'm using the Angels of Atlantis deck. And let's have a look and see what the angels have in store for us this week. First card we have is Archangel Jophiel. And we have the meditation card. Might be a personal message in there because I keep getting messages that I need to meditate a little bit more. But I'm sure I'm not the only one. You know, life gets busy and you kind of think, oh, I haven't got 10 minutes for that. That 10 minutes I could put it into doing the washing or doing this or doing that. And in a way, because you're so tired and everything else, you end up doing less. Where if you do take that 10 minutes out, it actually pays dividends, because what happens is your energy feels more restored. Okay, so please remember that I've said that, and I will try and remember it myself. Archangel Jophiel, when she comes in around us, you know, she's quite often associated with this time of year because she helps us to kind of do that spring clean. She helps us to sweep through everything, maybe remove some things that are maybe toxic, and just kind of make that nice kind of clean space in which to have space for answers to come in. And quite often when Archangel Jophiel is around you, you also find clarity flowing in. Bring it into form. Okay, that is it. That is the influence card. So the meditation, only you can make it happen. You're not going to meditate unless you actually take the time to unhook the phone, to tell people you don't want to be disturbed, you're comfortable, you make sure all your bodily needs are taken care of beforehand, because there's nothing worse than just sitting down and suddenly realising you need to visit the privy or whatever. Oh, don't start. As soon as I start, you start. So, you know, for meditation you have to make it, and you have to make it happen. Okay, and that is the same as bringing everything into form that you want. Now, quite often when you do your meditation, answers start to flow in, and then you can apply those answers to actually making things happen in your life. So it is a good investment, and I feel that's what those two cards together are about. Go to midweek. You start every time I start videoing just lately. Let's have a look and see. We have Archangel Uriel, also known as the Light of God, and we have the Trust, okay? Trust in your own knowledge, trust in the wisdom being brought in, trust that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and trust that you're on the right path. You know, you may feel like you have a bit of a mountain to climb. It's funny because I shared a post on page on Sunday, and I'm recording this on Sunday, about climbing a mountain. And sometimes it's the right time to do it. Other times you have to accept that maybe it's not today, have a rest, get your energy back together, and then climb that mountain when you're ready. So it's have that trust, okay, and that's like really important. What do you feel? That's what that card is saying. What do you feel? Again, it's about trusting your feelings, isn't it? It's about trusting what's going on around you, trusting what's being brought in, maybe intuitively even. You know, trusting that today is the day to climb that mountain, today is not the day to climb that mountain. You know, really kind of engaging with your feelings. And let's be honest, meditation is the door that opens up. Being able to listen to ourselves, listen to our inner voice, listen to those feelings that when we're rushing around like headless chickens, we tend to ignore. Okay, so I feel this reading so far is about taking that time, stepping into that silence, allowing yourself to indulge in that, so that you can actually take on board everything that's being brought your way. What do you feel? You know, ask yourself that question. When you go into a situation, when you're going to be sorting something out, maybe you're walking into a new situation, maybe you're facing a challenge of some kind, what do you feel? Ask yourself that. And don't just listen to your ego that may say, I don't know, you feel terrified or you feel silly. Listen to your intuition. Oh, maybe your intuition is saying it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge. I get a good feel here. I get a good vibe. So learn to listen and learn to feel. Going towards the end of the week. So this is moving towards a new month, isn't it? Because, as I said, Sunday will be the first. Oh, sit down. And we have evolution, and we have Archangel Sandalphon. When Archangel Sandalphon comes in, it's about prayers being answered. It's about reaching where, you know, what you've been asking for. With evolution, it's like moving up through things. So maybe you're on path for a promotion. Maybe you're on path to elevate a relationship. Maybe this is something to do with house moves. Maybe it's just about getting things organised around you. You know, but you are moving up. Let me just put this creature outside. Go on, out you go. Good girl. So it's about moving. It's about moving up. It's about not standing still. It's about going to that next stage. And because it's Archangel Sandalphon, this is something you've wanted. It's something you've been saying prayers for. It's been something you've been wanting to reach. It's that evolution. It's that, you know, the wheel is turning. Things are moving forward. Now, let's have a look and see. World, not of the world. It's a very strange card, that one. Normally when it comes up, it's about being connected. You're in this world, you're part of this world, you're moving through it, maybe you're going along with the crowd, thinking like the London Underground, everybody's moving along. But at the same time, you may have somebody in that crowd who's listening to their intuition, who's thinking about something else, who's not really there. It's almost like when you're on autopilot. It's like you're going along with things, you're going through your everyday life, but your brain's got something else that's kind of maybe playing out in that mind movie, or, you know, you're hearing spirit loved ones, you're connecting with your imagination, you know, it's being here but not being here. And it's about going forward but really being connected with the inside. And to me, that just really kind of finishes off this reading, because this reading has all been, if you look at all these cards, and I don't script my cards, I always say that, but this whole reading has been about connecting with your inner self, connecting with the inner voices, the inner feelings, the energy, the vibes that is being brought your way. And, you know, and what a lovely way to go into, especially such a sacred day as the 1st of March, and to go into that day knowing that you are connected to something much bigger than you, that yes, you're getting on with your everyday life, but you are connected to something bigger, that you are connected to all the people around you now, but you're also connected to your ancestors. And there's just this kind of flow of energy that flows through you and kind of almost goes in a big circle. Okay, we'll do a recap. We have Archangel Jophiel at the beginning of the week. They're asking you to kind of slow things down, to meditate, to watch what's being brought in. The ideas that are being brought in, we have the Bring It Into Form card. Only you can bring it into form. Only you can take those first steps. Then we go to Archangel Uriel midweek. Wisdom's coming in, knowledge is coming in, a light is being shone on what direction you should be heading in, what direction you should be taking those steps in. And then you have the card, what do you feel? And that is really, that's really important. And it's really important that we stop and we ask ourselves that. Because quite often we just rush along in this kind of, I don't know, blind frenzy, where we're just kind of, we're not paying any attention to any of the signs being brought in. We're not listening to that inner voice. Maybe we're just listening to our ego that's all about the negative, and we just rush forward and we don't stop and say, how am I feeling? So I want you all to get into the practice of doing that. And then we have Archangel Sandalphon, the angel who brings back our prayers answered. And we have the evolution cards. That's moving up, that's evolution, that's the circles turning, you know. And I think it's really nice that that card is falling on a new month coming in. You know, because that represents a circle turning more than anything else, doesn't it? Something, and we're going into the spring, and You know that everything is moving. Everything is moving forward. Everything's always moving forward. You know, even our bodies, they change on a daily basis. You know, you know, the evolution is happening within us. Even if we don't want it to happen, it's happening. And then you have the last card, in the world, not of the world. Now, the one thing with these last two cards, if you notice, is that lovely colour orange. Now, that links in with the sacral chakra. So that's about your sensuality. It's about what brings pleasure. It's about your creativity. And it's about your sense of self. And that's all important, and that's all important when you link in and you listen and you start to take on board what you are feeling. Okay, so this all goes together, and to be in the world and not of the world is to be, yes, you're part of this world, yes, you're connected to your family, yes, you're connected to everything around you and you're getting on with your everyday life. But information is being brought to you, and it's being brought to you all the time, and it's whether you want to listen to it. As I said to somebody recently who was talking about mediumship, and I said, we all can speak French. Every single one of us. None of us have a reason why we can't speak French, or can't understand French, or hear French. But only some of us choose to actually study how to understand it, actually take that time out. I'm not one of those, by the way, I can't speak French, but it's an example, and that's the same with listening to spirit, with picking up on signs. You have to put the effort into listening, the effort into learning, and once you do that, then all that lovely information will be flowing your way. And I think that's the important message in this reading. Take that time out, go into that stillness, be willing to listen. Okay, got to the end of this reading. I will be announcing a superfan on page this week. I haven't actually had time to even go through and check all the names, I'll be honest. I've been away. I'm glad I got this done, actually. I thought I was going to have to be announcing it was late. So I will be announcing it on page. I may even do a little mini video with it. Okay. Thank you for all of you for listening to me. It's always a pleasure to read for you. And I'm looking forward to a new month coming in. Love to you all. Bye.